All right, we're getting ready to start the seat for this 55 Chevy pickup truck. This is, it may have been recovered at one time, but it would have been a long time ago, going a little bit more modern with the design and the foam. All right, so under the bottom, you've got this little lip right here. And inside that lip, the upholstery folds over, and you've got these little springs that pop up inside there and it holds the upholstery tight with the listing that you've left behind as it folds over. So I've gone around and taken all of those out. Some spots is a little difficult, and I'll come back and get the spring later. So I just went ahead and trimmed the material away. All right, so we've got it all undone. We're going to start flipping it back, and you can see all the critters that have made this seat their home. And I wish this thing had smell-o-vision so you could get a gist of it. But anyway, yeah, this is the original jute or cotton foam that they would have used. And then the burlap is this base frame. I'll put a piece of plywood on it, on this seat, get rid of the springs, and just do our custom cut foam like we've done on some of the other seats that you've seen. But if you're a DIY guy and you bought a upholstery kit from one of the big box stores and you're going to put it on, then this is where you would go back in there and sandblast your springs, recover your springs with some burlap or some material that'll hold the springs together, and then you go back over it with your jute pad, which would replace this cotton jute pad, and then you'd go back on with your new seat material, and that would just be your basic out of the box type job. I mean, if you're going for the factory original look, that would probably be fine and dandy, and you'd enjoy it. But if you're going to take it to the next step, then this is where you'd remove all your springs and start from scratch and cut the seat foam to more modern design. But let's see where we go from here. All right, so the plan is to reuse this bottom part of the seat frame, and to put a piece of plywood with some webbing where your seat would be, and then build up foam from there. We'll just do a custom pattern that we'll cut, and I'll show you that. But right now, to use this frame, and this is still a good seat bottom, and these things are kind of expensive if you have one that's rusted out. I'm carefully unwinding the spring from its post. You can see right here how they're all looped in here, and you can see where I'm unwinding this first row across here. So let me keep doing this and we'll see how it comes out. I'm not gonna lie, this is nasty and it's not easy. But you gotta unwind all of these. I'm doing it carefully, just in case I need to reuse it. In case the other plan doesn't work out. On the edges, and about where the butt would be on these seats, the springs are about twice as thick. So it makes it a little bit more challenging. Like this one is twice as thick as the one that was next to it. And then we'll go to a thin one over here. Sorry about coughing, but this is, man, I can't begin to tell you how dusty it is and how nasty it is, but got to get it done. All right, so after all of that work, this is what we're left with. This is the back of the seat frame where your back would rest against in an early style GM pickup truck from the 40s to the first series of 55. From here, I will take a piece of plywood, use this as a pattern, cut inside of it about 1/8 of an inch so that it'll fit down inside of that frame. And then from there, we will decide what type of pattern that we want the foam to be, what the seat needs to look like. This is the pattern that I use for the back of the 32 Ford seat. So your back would actually go up against this part right here. Your head would rest right there. You can do this in any shape that you want. This right here fits a 32 Ford seat that I build really, really well. And after you make that pattern, whatever you want, this is just a leftover piece of the foam. And this foam will be laid on top of the plywood, just like we have it right there. It'll be all glued up, laminated together. And then from there, we'll decide, again, how we want to design the seat as far as patterns and stuff. Then we'll make our patterns off of that. But that's all to come shortly. But I think I'm going to stop the video right here for part one. I'm going to break down the bottom of the seat, just like I did the back of the seat. We'll have 2 frames. We'll make 2 plywood cutouts and go from there. All right, so with that said, thank you so much for tuning in and watching our channel. Please do what everybody says, like, subscribe, hit the bell notification so that you'll know when we post a new video. And please help our channel grow. We're excited to bring you some DIY tips, not to overdo it, make it a little bit more user-friendly for you to follow along at home with your project. So, as always, thanks again for watching. See you next time.